Hello, how are you doing? You're welcome to Lawyers Info Hall. It's always a pleasure to create content on this platform. If you're a returning subscriber, I really thank you for always stopping by to check what is new on the channel. And if you're yet to subscribe to the channel, please do subscribe to the channel. It's a great channel where you learn new things, where you get more knowledge, where you get tips for career development, personal development, and at the end of the day, you're filled with knowledge to advance wherever you find yourself. So today, I I want to talk to law students, and I believe that experience they say is the best teacher. I have been a student, and I'm still a student, but um, I will talk from experience because I am passionate about law students. I was not privileged to have someone that was coming to talk to us or talk to me when I was still a student. And I told myself that I'm going to do that. I'm going to fill that lacuna. I'm going to be that voice that will keep speaking to the law students until they become who they desire to be. Now, we're going to look at the success tips for law students. Yes. This law student even comprises of those in the law school. It's not restricted to undergraduates. So a few things I'm going to drop here. If you put it to work, you're going to look back and ask yourself, is this really me? How did I advance this much? People will begin to your face begin to ask you, like, how did it happen? Your grades suddenly changed. You're now like you're topping in class. What's your secret? Because you paid attention to these things I'm going to share and you put it to work. It's not about listening, it's about putting it to work. One of the first things you have to understand as a law student is that you don't have all the time. You don't compare yourself with students of other faculties. You are in a different course. Your studies differs. When I was in school, our timetable was different from the other students because of issue of law school meeting, the timing and all of that. So when we always write our exams first. So as a law student, you are in your hostel. Don't be noisier than other students because what you are studying is not just a course. Many of those other students in other departments, they might study those courses, and at the end of the day, they want to utilize those courses for their future. But you, as a law student, even if you like, don't practice law. For the fact someone knows that you read law, for the fact your family members are aware you're a law student, there is this high, you know, regard they have for you. And in difficult situations, you'll be called upon as though you are the embodiment of wisdom to solve issues. So that is why, even if you don't want to practice, you must take seriously your studies. The first tip I want to share is about having a set goal. What is your goal as a student? What is your goal? You must have a goal. You must have a goal. It's very important. It's paramount that you have a goal. What is your target? When you have a target, your eyes is fixed. It helps you retain focus. It helps you whenever you want to derail. Somebody is telling you this thing you're doing is out of the plan for achieving this goal. When you have a goal as a law student, it helps you focus. It helps you understand and keep telling yourself, this is what I want to achieve, and I'm going to work towards achieving it. You want to make it first class and you don't have a goal, it's not going to work. You want to maintain a certain point, CGP or GP in a certain level, and you don't have a plan, you don't have a goal, it's not going to work. So your goal, you must know what your general goals are and your specific goals. I want to make a first class. I want to make a second class upper. And for me to make a first class, or for me to make a second class upper, I must have maximum or minimum of B's or C's in my courses. From your general goal, you now have specific goals. For me to make a first class, I must strive to maintain an A or the least B. For me to make a 2-1, I must strive to be between A and B. Or, I can't go B, I can't even do C. That way you have You have been able to even reset your mind to know your limits. That way, you will not be carried away with school activities so much that you forget yourself, with a lot of distractions in school, even from the faculty, outside the faculty, friends, and all of that. When you have a goal, it helps you know when what time am I supposed to be reading, how many hours per week should I target, or in a day, how many hours should I target? What is you begin to identify the best moments you can read. Is it in the night? Is it early in the morning? Is it in the afternoon? Can I stay back like 2 hours every day after class to read, or at least go through what I was taught? Or I need to go to the hostel, or go wherever you stay, come back later in the evening and spend like 3 hours. As a law student, you must imbibe the culture of reading. Why many lawyers are not succeeding today is because they did not grow their tenacity. There's something about tenacity. Law is about volumes. You may not see the volumes as a law student, but in practice, there are volumes to read. So start now, start early to imbibe, to learn, to teach your body to persevere. Learn to read for hours. Learn to control your mind, to be still, to understand what you're reading. Someone might say, I'm reading, but the person's mind is off somewhere, be outside the country. So you must learn how to focus. You must learn how to concentrate. This is all part of your goals. If peradventure you're in maybe your third year, fourth year, you don't even have a goal, it's not late to start. You can have that goal today, or anytime you watch this video, you can have that goal and say, God, please help me to achieve this goal. And you start working towards that goal. Some students don't take notes in class. During the exam, they depend on the notes of their friends. No, that has to stop. A lawyer must have notes. Even in practice, you have case notes. Even in practice, you have practice notes. You must, you must, your training as a law student goes beyond even those things they are teaching you. There are practices that if you don't start when you're a student, it will be very difficult for you to start when you have become when you have become a lawyer. It's very difficult. Learn how to jot, learn how to take notes, learn how to read, and write out what you've learned or what you've read, and for assimilation. Don't be a carefree law student. When you become a carefree law student, you lose focus and you just take things as it comes. And before you know it, your grades are poor. Before you know it, you are just there. Law school time, you're struggling. You go to law school where there is intensity, where the intensity to read is 100. You start struggling because your intensity is at 20. Build the tenacity to read as an undergraduate. Build the tenacity to read is what will help you in practice. Don't be distracted if people call you books names like you are this, you are doing a bookworm. It's not none of their business. You see something, a time, give yourself 10 years. The practices, the things you're doing now will determine the distinguishment between you and your colleagues. If you check many people, many lawyers who are renowned, many lawyers who are doing so well, they didn't start doing well because they became lawyers. It's like a track record. Like someone will tell them, when we were in school, we knew this guy would go far. We knew this lady would go far. So I encourage you, don't, 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 don't just follow friends. What is it in it for you? Ask yourself, this law I'm reading, since I've decided to read it, I must also make up my mind, to do it well. Do it well. Anything you are doing, do it well. You're doing your assignment, do it well. You're writing an exam, do it well. You're writing your thesis, or you're writing an assignment or a seminar paper, do it well. You're doing your group reading, do it well. You're in class, do everything you're doing, do it well. You're training yourself. 5 years is too small for the training, but everything is being compressed in 5 years. They're at law school that 1 year, everybody's hurried to understand, to grasp, so that they can, become lawyers. And before you know it, life happens. You begin to face reality. And you know what? The things they are teaching you in the university, is the core of law. What you're going to learn in law school is procedure. You're not learning the substantive law. You see, the substantive law is the crux of the law. It's what you need to know. They teach you contract. What's the requirements for a contract to be valid? They teach you marriage. They teach you lots of things in depth. What the law is. They teach you how it will, the introduction. How did it come to be? How did this happen? The principles. They teach you the core. Is it in criminal law? They begin to teach you the defenses. They begin to teach you, how, actus reus mens rea. They begin to teach you what you need to know. Because at the level of law school, you're being taught how to prepare a motion, how to draft. Nobody's not teaching you to learn the basis of, the requirements or the valid, the basic things. So you need to see for you to say, okay, this person is guilty of this person, or this person committed this offense. How do I prove is that this person is the murderer in a murder case, or is how do I link the crime to the accused? You will not learn those ones at the law school. You will learn it at the school, at the university stage. So pay attention. Tell yourself, wake up, man. Shake yourself and say, I need to wake up. The best you can be start from the university level. Another thing is that this is the era of technology. I don't know what your school, depending on the school you are in, they may not still, be introducing things about tech to you. By yourself, all students now have smartphones. Then the world is turning. The practice is turning. The profession is being changed by technology. Understand the trends. Understand what is happening in the tech. Don't be someone who can, at your fundamental level, you can't operate a computer. You can't understand. You can't even use some applications. It's not possible. Strive. I know some schools are trying, but on your own, understand where the world is heading to. Artificial intelligence, ChatGPT, understand what is happening. Be alive to the situations that the changing dynamics of the world that technology has brought, because it is changing every profession. Another thing you must also understand is network. As a law student, you must understand the power of network. You are not really a very smart person. All your friends are average students. How do you want to step up? Look for people that are smarter than you. You need that network. Even at the level of practice, we network. You look at people that have gone ahead of you. You look at people that are doing well in that. You go and network with them. You collaborate. So you know yourself and you know the level you are. Don't have really mates of that same. Have really mates that are higher than you. Have really mates that can teach you. Have really mates that can, help you. They've gone far. You see them. You're motivated to it. Hey, this person has even gone far. I need to, have to have friends that motivate. Have good network, because even as a lawyer, you need good network. You need good network. Another thing is that the books you have or you are using now, they are part of your library. If you can buy all the books, buy. If you can buy all the books, buy, because you need it for your library. The life of a lawyer revolves in books. Books. So you start, not the books you've used in your 5 years is part of your library. So there's nothing like you're wasting. There's no waste in law. That some faculty will tell you, oh, I don't need it. You need it every time, all the way. So you start as a student to build your library. Say a good lawyer is a lawyer who knows where to find the law. You may not know it, but if you know that I know this thing is in my textbook. If I go back, I read it, I know it. So start on time to build your library. Every book you buy is very important. Now, another thing I need to talk about is build your boldness. Be bold enough to ask questions. Don't keep quiet when you're not understanding what the lecturer is saying. Be bold, because this boldness, if you don't inculcate it now, it'll be very difficult for you to inculcate it by the time you become a lawyer. When you begin to face The panel, we're going to face judges, we're going to face, you stand in the presence of 200 people and you're addressing the court. You're not timid. You're not shy. Begin now to build your boldness, because you need that boldness as a lawyer. A lawyer is like a lion. You need to roar. Do you understand? When you're talking because you know what you're saying and you're confident in yourself. So don't be shy to ask questions. If you're a shy person, try. Try to come out of your shelf. Try to ask questions. Try to talk with people. Express yourself. If you don't have a mirror in your house, in your room, that's your reflection. Keep speaking. Don't be timid. A lawyer is not a timid person. That doesn't mean you should be loud. No. But what I mean, you have to be bold. You have to be courageous. These things are learned early. So I encourage you to learn them early. Learn them early. Another thing I want to advise you, there are opportunities for young lawyers, law students. Open your phone, search for opportunities. There are opportunities that can push you up for global relevance. There are internships, there are remote things you can do and become better. Don't wait for you to be done with school before you start. No, there are opportunities for law students. Be part of what is happening. Yeah, engage in the moot courts, engage in the debates, essays. There are things you can do. There are opportunities that will be for your own good as a student. So don't blind your eyes to these opportunities. They are always there. They are always there for law students, even if it's non-law, but there are opportunities that can help you in your career as a person, your career development. So always look out for these opportunities. You see an essay you want to write, go ahead and write it. You see remote internship, go ahead and do it. It's part of your CV. You're building your CV. During holidays, even if you don't have any uh, thing to do, look for a law firm and attach yourself. You can go there 2 times a week, 3 times a week. Understand what is law firm management. How do they file processes? Just be looking at them. Ask questions. You may not have the luxury of time to learn all these things. Start on time. When you see a senior lawyer, ask questions. You see a judge, ask questions. So there's a court beside where you stay. You can just go in there, sit down and listen. You're a law student, yeah, listen. You will learn. You will learn. Most of you didn't know about all this. So it's not only about your school. There are other things you need to do. The combination of a lot of things to become that lawyer, that advocate you desire to be. So don't just fold your hands. Learn to do volunteer work. Go to law firm and introduce yourself. Sir, I have 1 month, I have 2 months holiday. Please, can I be coming 2 times a week to just, I'm a law student, to take your ID, write a letter. Can I be coming 2 times? You just come, ask questions. You can just do 3 hours, 4 hours. If they're doing a process, you look at it. They're writing a letter, you look at it. You see what they are doing. You might feel it's not important to you now, but you will really appreciate this thing when you're out. The few months or weeks that they do internship at the law school is not enough to grasp all these things. So put your heart. Tell yourself, I'm going to be the best, and work towards becoming the best. For the ladies, I want to talk to you. Yes. Peradventure, there are issues about sexual violence, but I will say intimidation, harassment, and don't give in. Yes, I said don't give in. 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 These things happen. It may not be so known, but it happens. Be careful. Dress well as a lady. Dress well. Don't expose your body. Don't attract the opposite sex to you unnecessarily. Dress well. Want to see your lecturer? Go and dress well and go to the office. Don't dress or go with a friend. If you need to report, report. If it's something you can deal with it, but the right way. The right way. Because these things even happen in practice. So you must learn how to say no as a student. So you can even say no as a lawyer. Don't be timid. Nobody can. Don't be cajoled into threats of I'll deal with you, you will fail, all those things. No. There are right ways to handle this situation. So don't give in. Even as a male, these things also happen. Don't give in to any female advances. That's not why you're in school. That's not why you are in school. That's not why you are in school. Focus. 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 Be serious. The law practice is not for the unserious. It's not for the unserious. So these few tips, they're not exhaustive because I have other things, but just this, I just want you to take it in, digest it, start working with it, and before you know it, your grades will change, your life will become serious. You begin to appreciate the course you're studying. You're studying a mighty course. You're studying a course that will give you access to 1001 careers. You're studying a course that will make you stand out. When people hear you a lawyer, the respect they give you. You're studying a wonderful course. So study with your heart. Study with everything you have. Be courageous. Do not be intimidated and know what you're studying. Do you know why they call you people learned people? Lawyers are being called learned people. You are assumed to know everything. You are assumed to know the law. You assume you have special knowledge because the teaching, the profession is functioning the way that even as a student, there are certain things you're privy to. So certain knowledge that sets you apart. So I encourage you. You can be the best you can ever be, but you have to be serious. You know, social activity should not be the core of why you're in school. Politics should not be the core of why you're there. Focus on what you're there for. Find a balance in everything. Find a balance in everything. You will look back and say, thank God I took this advice. I wish you well as a law student. I hope and I do pray that you become that advocate you deserve to be. And not just be an ordinary advocate, the best of the best. Share this video to your friends, share this video to your colleagues, share this video to your junior colleagues you're higher than in class and all of that. I know they'll find this very interesting and they will find it useful in their life and in their career path. You see, you may not be privy to keep hearing this all the time. It's a privilege. So take it with all honesty. And I know that you will do that. There to subscribe, to hit the subscribe button. Join this wonderful family of lawyers info hub. I'm here for you. I'm passionate about law students and I'll keep giving my best till you succeed. You take care.